Before we go on, let me talk about some of the basics of image matching here. Imagine I have an image, small image right here, and I'm just going to put them on an axis of X and Y because we want to look at how various types of transformations on this small example image could be matched or could be actually also determined by looking at an image. So imagine in this X and Y plane, this image now has moved over here. In a simple manner, what I would basically say is that image has now translated. In essence, what has changed is its value of this image in X and Y, and I can actually use this coordinate axis here. And in essence, everything in this image is the same, except now all values of this image have been changed by a change in X and Y. Now, of course, sometimes depending on how I want to do it, I may actually want to also use a frame of reference that is middle of the image. But again, this is just a simple transformation. Another way of looking at these images, again, this image now could appear and again in the XY plane that we're looking at, except now it's also got a little bit of an additional transformation, which is that now it's rotated. So what basically means is this image now, if we were to have these two axes, is now appearing here at a different location, X and Y. But in addition to the change in X and Y, there is also an additional change, which would be this angle theta. So of course, now you can refer to this with three different degrees of freedom, X, Y, and theta. So this is basically a rotation of the image from here to there with a translation. What about this third transformation of an image? Here, if you notice, this image is translated, moved to a different X and Y, but also at the same time, it has been rotated. So theta is different, but it's also smaller. We refer to this transformation as scale. So now we basically have four parameters, X, Y, theta, and scale variation. Here's another transformation. I've moved this again in X and Y. And if you notice, the shape of this image is also kind of different. So this is usually referred to as an affine transformation, where in addition to X, Y, and the angle and the scale, we have actually kind of looked at some sort of a simple warp that makes this image look different. Yet another transformation is shown here. This is referred to as a perspective transformation. That is, now we have taken the image and also kind of given it a little bit of a perspective warp. So if you notice now is things are kind of looking shorter as I go into the image this way. And this is again a transformation. So now we have actually added another set of degrees of freedom on this image. Now, in essence, to be able to get the image matching going on, we need to also look for all of these transformations.